Are internet leads what you need in order to grow your business into 2023? That was the conversation that was brought up today by Denisa, and she was just asking about different lead generation websites and sources and what was the best ones. And when I talk to agents about internet leads or just building their business in general, there's a couple things that I have a constant conversation around, and that is, what do you enjoy doing? What's your budget? And do you have capital to support that activity for the next 6 months at a minimum? And then from there, we can break down the math as far as, is this the right lead generation source for you? I think a lot of times what agents struggle with is they want to do internet leads, or they want to do mailers, or they want to do door knocking, or they want to do open houses and things along those lines, but they only have the capital and the budget to really do it for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, maybe max. And they really need to start seeing the results within that time frame. And what happens is real estate's not an event. It's not a seller or buyer's going to wake up today and buy tomorrow. Seller's going to wake up today and sell tomorrow. That's not how real estate works. Real estate's a process. And what you need to do as an agent is really understand a couple of different things. You need to understand what's the average cost per lead. What is the average time frame or sales cycle that's going to take from the time that you get that lead to the time it closes? What's the average conversion percentage? How many of those opportunities do you need to get on a consistent basis in order to get a closing, to get a client, to then to get a closing, right? So when you're looking at your business, whether it's leads, open houses, whatever the case may be, make sure you look at all of those aspects of that one thing. From there, then we can determine, okay, we have the budget. We're going to give it a minimum of 6 months, which is what I always recommend people. You need to give something a minimum of 6 months in this business to see if it's working or not working. And I know that seems like a long time, but again, real estate's a process, right? It's going to take that buyer or that seller some time to really think on it, to really research the market, to research, what's the possibilities of this truly happening in their lives. So if it's internet leads, understanding, what's the difference between Zillow, realtor.com, your Facebook leads, your Google AdWords, SEO type leads, and all of the other different lead sources that are out there. Understanding how many leads do you need to get per month? What's the cost per lead? What's the conversion percentage for that lead source? What's the average sales cycle that it's going to take? Some convert faster than others. And you just really need to understand that. And once you understand it, then it's, hey, I have the budget for it. Let's do this. Let's pull the trigger. Let's make that decision and let's go. So that was the conversation today on Clubhouse. I thought it was a great conversation. When I say lead gen, it's not always just internet leads. It can be anything that you want to be focusing on. Your cost per lead could be based off of Brian Buffini, pop buys, right? Where you're spending anywhere from $1 to $5 per person, and you're stopping by their house. So just understanding those things is important, and we're moving into a time and everyone's year where things typically start to slow down around the holidays. Winter typically is slower. This is the time to really start focusing on those things. What are the things that you want to put into the business? And then, like I said, give it that 6 months lead time, and you'll start to see the results.